Singh Bakshi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity to speak during the second reading of New Zealand International Convention Centre Bill. Mr. Speaker, let there be absolutely no doubt in anyone's mind that this legislation, like the many others introduced by national government, is aimed at betterment of New Zealand and New Zealanders. By way of this legislation, we in national government seek to create jobs and investment. It's written by me, Mr. Trevor Millard, and please try to listen it. Never mind. I'll show you. Furthermore, by way of introducing this legislation, the government also seeks to build a new international profile of New Zealand in order to attract high-value tourists. For a considerable period of time, the tourism sector and the business have shared the need for international standard and size convention centre to build in New Zealand. Finally, this national government decided to act on this much-needed facility. The government signed an agreement with SkyCity to build a world-class convention centre in Auckland with the aim to creating jobs, boosting tourism, and with bring significantly benefits to the entire country. Just to share some numbers with you, Mr. Speaker, the benefit of this international standard convention centre is expected to include $90 million annually injected into the economy, approximately 1,000 construction jobs, and 800 jobs once the centre is built and operational. We expect that the convention centre will cater to 3,500 delegates at a given time and likely to attract around 33,000 delegates each year. I don't know from where Honourable Trevor Millard got the number of 18 full-time jobs. I think you will need more than 18 people to just maintain that convention centre. The opposition says that the government does not care about gambling, issue that may arise out of the agreement. Well, to their surprise, Mr. Speaker, we have a clear understanding of the issues around gambling, harm, and what steps need to be taken to ensure minimization of this harm. The SkyCity on the part already has got one of the most rigorous host responsibility program. The government on its part has placed stringent obligations on SkyCity because all of us want to minimize the harm causes by gambling. Mr. Speaker, since we have taken over the government, the number of pokies have reduced considerably. Some of these extra harm minimization requirement will become part of SkyCity's host responsibility program, which is monitored constantly by experienced and professional Department of Internal Affairs inspectors. The Gambling Commission is also required to review this every 2 years. It involves a wide range of independent experts in those reviews. The method of review is entirely up to the Commission, which acts independently of the government. Based on the obligations, SkyCity will introduce predictive modelling tool that continuously analyze data in order to identify problem gamblers. In addition, SkyCity will introduce player identification requirement when amount over $500 are being put onto or cashed out from the restricted areas. SkyCity has also agreed to double the number of host responsibility specialists to deliver 24 hours, 7 days a week coverage. Mr. Speaker, this agreement that national government has formed with SkyCity is better for the economy, better for Auckland, and better for New Zealand. I commend this bill to the House, Mr. Speaker.
I call Tracy Martin.